Listen, I'm 80, and I've learned the hard way. My 50s taught me tough lessons I wish I'd known sooner. I stayed up too late working, skipped family dinners for pointless stress, and ignored my health, my peace, my future. If I could talk to my 50-year-old self now, I'd share these 8 life-changing tips that turned my life around over 3 incredible decades. Worried about fading health, an empty nest, or a shaky future in your 50s? I've been there, and you're not alone. Here's the great news. Your 50s are your chance to thrive, not just today, but to build a vibrant 60s, 70s, even 80s like mine. Studies from 2022 and 2023 show 20-minute walks or better sleep habits can cut disease risk and boost your joy for decades. Today I'll share 8 easy, powerful tips to recharge your energy, find peace, and create a life you'll love waking up to. Stories from library meetups showed me thriving is possible at any age. Stick around. Tip 8 showed me how to live boldly. It might spark your fire. Ready to thrive with me? Comment "I'm in" and tell me, what do you want in your 50s? Subscribe to start this journey to a stronger, happier you. Let's start with tip 1. Sleep smarter, not harder. In my 50s, I thought late nights meant I was winning, working past midnight, binge-watching shows. Huge mistake. Exhaustion left me drained. My focus faded. I missed family dinners, and I felt far older than I was. Poor sleep robs your joy, and I learned that the hard way. A Harvard study published in 2022 shows 7 to 8 hours of good sleep lifts your mood every day, sharpens your mind, and significantly reduces memory loss risk as you age. At 55, I was a mess, dragging through my days, snapping at loved ones, and my doctor finally confronted me during my annual physical. Once I fixed my sleep habits, the transformation was remarkable, like flipping a light switch in a dark room. I opened my window to hear birdsong, a daily gift. My energy returned almost immediately. My chronic headaches disappeared, and I felt alive again. Here's how you can do it. Step by step. Set a 10 p.m. bedtime to sync with your body's natural rhythm. Start small. Skip screens 15 minutes before bed. Blue light keeps you awake. Then go further. Dim screens or read a physical book instead. Use a warm lamp to dim your space gradually. Fitbit's free tracking kept me consistent and accountable. Small shifts recharge fast. You'll wake with a clear head, ready to seize your day with energy you forgot you had. Even better, good sleep now protects your brain, maintaining sharper thinking and better memory in your 70s and 80s. I can tell you firsthand, this mental clarity becomes priceless as you age. Sleep is your secret weapon against premature aging. Use it wisely. With energy restored, tip 2 fills your days with joy. What's your bedtime routine? Comment "sleep" and share below. Tip 2 is something I wish someone had told me decades ago. Deliberately choose uplifting people to surround yourself with. In my 50s, negative friends dimmed my spark after every interaction. Their persistent complaints about everything, from politics to the weather, left me feeling anxious and doubting my own positive outlook. Toxic relationships weigh you down like an anchor, and in your 50s, when your energy is already changing, you simply don't have the luxury to waste on unnecessary emotional stress. A groundbreaking 2022 study in psychosomatic medicine revealed something profound. Toxic relationships actually raise your cortisol levels, your body's primary stress hormone, which damages your immunity and heart health over time. Positive friends lift your health. At 52, I realized I was stuck in a social group that thrived on negativity, leaving me constantly tired and dreading gatherings that should have been enjoyable. So I made a change that proved transformative. I gradually distanced myself from these energy-draining relationships and sought out kind, inspiring people instead. Free library book discussions connected me with supportive souls. It's surprisingly joyful. We laughed over Forrest Gump. Pure joy. The difference was like night and day. Within weeks, my stress levels dropped noticeably, and new friends' laughter lit up my week. The research confirms what I experienced. Positive social bonds not only boost your mood immediately, but can add years to your life by reducing chronic stress. Here's how to surround yourself with uplifting people. First, list which friends make you feel energized versus drained after spending time together. Second, join positive communities like book clubs, walking groups, or volunteer organizations where supportive people gather. Third, set boundaries with negative individuals. It's perfectly fine to say, "I'm focusing on positive activities right now," when declining invitations. Who's your kindest friend and why? Comment joy and share below. Now that you're surrounded by joy, Tip 3 keeps your body just as strong as your spirits. Tip 3 addresses something many of us struggle with as we reach our 50s. Move your body daily, without exception. In my early 50s, my desk job left me stiff and tired. Stairs felt like a chore. My lower back ached constantly, and I felt like I was aging at an accelerated pace. These sedentary habits sneak up on us in our 50s when career demands are highest, creating a trap for your future health. A comprehensive 2024 study in the prestigious Circulation Journal found something remarkable yet simple. Just 30 minutes of daily walking lowers heart disease risk by 15% in older adults. That's significant protection, requiring minimal effort. At 53, I found myself becoming increasingly sluggish until, on my doctor's advice, I started walks in the park, by the river near my home, watching birds. It became my daily escape. I walked slowly, feeling the river breeze. The transformation was like hitting a reset button. Within 2 weeks, my persistent aches began to fade. I felt full of life again. My energy returned, and I actually looked forward to movement each day. Park walks reset me. MyFitnessPal's free tracking adds fun, turning activity into a rewarding daily habit. Here's my practical advice. Start small if you're currently inactive, perhaps a 10-minute gentle stroll after dinner, gradually adding 5 minutes each week. Try walking your neighborhood, gardening, pick a song to dance or walk nightly, or swimming if you have joint issues. The immediate benefits are substantial. You'll have noticeably more energy for daily activities within weeks. But the long-term payoff is even more valuable. Staying active now means maintaining your independence well into your 80s, when many sedentary people unfortunately become dependent on others. Walks keep you strong into your 80s. Start tonight. Where do you love to move? Comment "move" and tell me below. With a strong body, Tip 4 calms your mind. Tip 4 addresses something many of us carry silently. Forgive others and yourself to free your mind from unnecessary burdens. In my 50s, a grudge clouded my nights. Days were dimmed with negative thoughts. Carrying resentment in your 50s is precisely like hiking with a heavy backpack filled with rocks. It serves no purpose except to exhaust you needlessly. A fascinating 2021 study in the Journal of Health Psychology discovered something remarkable. The act of forgiveness physically lowers cortisol levels in your body and measurably improves sleep quality and immune function. At 54, I was still bitter about a friend's betrayal from years earlier. It consumed my thoughts during quiet moments. This resentment ate away at my happiness until I finally chose to let it go. I wrote a detailed letter expressing all my hurt feelings that I never actually sent, and afterward burned it in a small private ceremony. Free breathing exercises from apps like Calm eased my hurt. It's so soothing. The psychological weight that lifted from my shoulders was almost immediately palpable. I chatted more freely, smiling easier. My sleep improved dramatically within days, and my heart felt physically lighter. Here's how to practice meaningful forgiveness. Start by writing an honest letter about your hurt feelings, then ceremonially tear it up or safely burn it as a symbolic release. Say, "I was hurt" to a friend. It lifts you. Try a simple 5-minute daily breathing session focusing on the phrase, "I release this hurt for my own peace." Begin with something small. Forgive one minor offense today. Remember that forgiveness isn't about condoning harmful behavior. It's about freeing your own mind from the prison of resentment. This work is not for them. It's a gift you give yourself. The immediate benefits are substantial. You'll likely sleep more soundly and feel noticeably calmer within days. The long-term benefit is even more valuable. A lighter heart now means greater peace in your later years, when clarity of mind becomes increasingly precious. What did you let go to feel lighter? Comment peace and share below. With a free mind, Tip 5 helps you build bonds that truly last. Tip 5 focuses on something that becomes increasingly precious with age. Build bonds that truly last. Loneliness hit after my kids left. I missed warmth despite having people around. When difficult times arrived, I was shocked to discover how alone I felt despite my supposedly extensive network. This subtle emptiness can creep into your life in your 50s as priorities shift. A revealing 2022 study in the American Journal of Epidemiology found something remarkable. Maintaining strong, meaningful relationships is linked to a 20% lower mortality risk. That's more protective than quitting smoking or exercising regularly. At 50, a health scare showed my wide circle was shallow. It was filled with casual acquaintances rather than true supporters. I made a deliberate shift to focus on authentic people. Free soup kitchen gatherings brought friends who feel like family. We shared lasagna recipes. My soul warmed. The difference in my quality of life was immeasurable. My heart felt fuller, and I found myself laughing like a kid again. Research confirms this. Deep bonds boost your immune system and provide vital emotional support through life's challenges. Here's how to build lasting bonds. First, call one important friend weekly, not just texting or liking social media posts. Second, join volunteer groups where people with shared values gather. Third, prioritize authentic connection over social networking. Seek people who truly listen, not just hear. I personally started monthly dinner gatherings with my closest friends, creating space for meaningful conversation. These simple connections became the highlight of my life. Invest time in relationships with people who matter deeply, and your heart will thank you. The immediate benefit is profound. You'll feel a deeper sense of belonging today. The long-term advantage is even more valuable. Strong bonds formed now mean you'll have reliable support in your 70s and 80s, making every day warmer and less isolating. Who's your closest friend and what do you share? Comment bonds and share below. With bonds strong, Tip 6 secures your peace. Tip 6 addresses a crucial aspect of thriving long-term. Save consistently for financial security. I worried about retirement funds. Stress clouded my nights. When you reach your 50s, ignoring systematic savings isn't just risky. It's a potential crisis in the making that you absolutely cannot afford. A comprehensive 2023 report in the Financial Planning Review revealed something that changed my approach entirely. Consistently saving just 10% of your income increases retirement confidence by 30% and significantly reduces anxiety about the future. At 56, I spent freely until mounting worries forced me to create a serious savings plan. I started with small, manageable amounts. I skipped daily lattes, saving $30 monthly. Canceled a streaming app, saved $10 more. Adding $1 daily to a savings jar grew my funds. Free apps like Mint add ease. Over time, these consistent contributions added up far more quickly than I imagined, and the psychological stress began to melt away. Checking my jar felt like a win. Research clearly shows that financial security doesn't just ease your mind, it measurably lowers anxiety levels and even improves your sleep quality. Here's my practical advice for building financial security. First, automate your savings by setting up direct transfers. Off 10% of your income each month, making it automatic removes the temptation to spend first and save later. Second, identify and eliminate one small discretionary expense, like a premium coffee or unused subscription. Third, track your progress regularly to stay motivated by the growth. The immediate benefit is substantial. You'll likely worry less about the future and sleep better tonight, knowing you've taken concrete action. The long-term payoff is even more valuable. Building financial security now means creating a stress-free 80s where you can focus on enjoying life rather than constantly worrying about basic expenses. What do you skip to save? Comment save and share below. With peace secured, Tip 7 sparks daily joy. Tip 7 is perhaps the most transformative of all. Seize every single day as a gift to be fully experienced. I delayed joy, waiting for someday. Regret weighed on me when I looked back. In my 50s, I constantly postponed meaningful experiences, waiting for the perfect time to travel, to laugh without reservation, to pursue creative interests. This postponement of joy is a profound mistake you simply cannot afford to make. A fascinating 2023 study in the Journal of Positive Psychology revealed something we should all take to heart. Deliberately engaging in daily moments of joy measurably reduces stress hormones by 15% and increases resilience against age-related decline. At 51, I decided to experiment with just one small change. I started pruning roses daily. Headspace's free sessions helped me savor sunsets. Pure magic. I called friends, laughing more. These small, consistent moments of simple joy changed everything about my outlook. I found myself laughing more frequently, worrying less about trivial matters, and experiencing a deeper appreciation for everyday beauty. The scientific research is clear. Embracing joy daily isn't just about momentary pleasure. It fundamentally boosts your mood and improves immune function. Here's how to seize each day more completely. First, identify small activities that reliably bring you genuine joy. Perhaps cooking a new recipe, walking at sunset, calling an old friend, or listening to music that moves you. Second, schedule these joyful moments in your calendar as non-negotiable appointments with yourself. Third, practice mindful presence during these activities, fully engaging your senses rather than rushing through. The immediate benefit is profound. You'll feel more fulfilled and truly alive today. The long-term advantage is possibly the most valuable of all. Living fully now means reaching your 80s with a heart rich with memories, rather than heavy with regrets about joys postponed until too late. What's your daily treat? Comment joy and share below. With daily joy in place, Tip 8 frees you to live boldly and authentically. Tip 8 addresses a psychological burden many of us carry. Learn to ignore critics and live according to your own values. Judgment held me back. It quieted my voice. In my 50s, I cared far too much about others' opinions. What neighbors thought about my choices, what colleagues said about my decisions, even what distant acquaintances might think about my appearance. This constant concern with external judgment stole my authentic joy and significantly dimmed my natural confidence. A groundbreaking 2021 study in personality and social psychology discovered something liberating. Practicing self-acceptance and reducing concern about others' judgments measurably reduces anxiety by up to 35%. At 57, I reached a breaking point where I was completely exhausted from trying to meet everyone else's expectations. So I made a conscious decision to stop this exhausting pattern. Slow breathing for calm boosted my confidence. Pure freedom. I started painting. Bright blues lit my days. I refocused my energy on my own goals and sources of joy. The freedom I experienced was nothing short of electric, like finally removing a heavy coat I'd been wearing in hot weather. From better sleep to real bonds, these tips led me to choose my path daily. Here's how to practice living free from excessive criticism. First, create a personal mantra like "I'm enough" to repeat daily as you build confidence. Second, practice setting boundaries when others try to impose their expectations. A simple, "I appreciate your input, but I've decided what works best for me," is transformative. Third, pursue what genuinely interests you regardless of trends. The immediate benefit is remarkable. You'll feel happier, more energetic, and bolder in your day-to-day life almost immediately. The long-term advantage is even more valuable. Living authentically now builds unshakable confidence that will serve you beautifully in your 70s and 80s, allowing you to shine without the burden of fear. What will you try to live boldly? Comment free and share below. Now let's act to thrive today. Don't let daily worries hold you back. These tips are your path. Here are 8 life-changing tips from my 80 years of experience. Sleep smarter to protect your brain. Choose uplifting people who energize you. Move your body daily for strength. Forgive to free your mind. Build bonds that last. Save consistently for security. Seize every day as a gift. And ignore critics to live authentically. These tips build health and resilience. Free planning resources like Medicare bring peace of mind. They're simple, accessible steps that transformed my experience of aging and can do exactly the same for you. Starting today. Your 50s aren't just middle age. They're your golden opportunity to set the foundation for decades of vibrant living. I encourage you to choose just one tip from our conversation. Try a 10-minute walk, a friend's call, or write a gratitude note tonight. Start tonight and your 80s will thank you. These 8 tips bring health, joy, and freedom. Your 50s are just the beginning of your best years. What's your first step tonight? Comment TIT 8 and share below. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any future wisdom for thriving at every age. And please, share this video with someone in their 50s who might need these insights right now. Your vibrant life starts today. Act now.